It's the Phoenix, Arizona weather discussion for Tuesday, the 12th of June. I'm Michael Groff. A very interesting weather pattern coming into the southwest states in coming days. First, today we'll be dealing with excessive heat, highs near 110. That holds true for tomorrow as well, but moisture on the increase. And by the end of the week, the forecast anything but typical. A very anomalous weather pattern coming in. Lots of moisture, the potential of widespread, maybe even locally heavy rain across much of Arizona by the end of the week and into this weekend. Lots of questions on that. Let's see if we can find some answers. First, we'll look at the almanac from yesterday. 107 degrees, the high in the valley after a morning low of 77. And outside right now, here under mostly clear skies at 5:30 a.m., it's 81 degrees to start this day at Sky Harbor. Dew points at 34, humidity 18%. The winds are light, and the barometer is rising. Temperatures around south central Arizona this morning, generally in the 70s to near 80, although the cool spot, Fort McDowell, at 67. The upper air look across the country. There's our subtropical ridge moving north now in response to a departing trough over the northern Rockies, and that'll be turning the flow aloft more out of the south later today. The watch warning map, we do have an excessive heat warning in effect for the valley from 10 a.m. this morning until 8 p.m. tomorrow evening. Those excessive heat warnings extend through the Colorado River Valley and up toward Las Vegas. We also have an air quality alert. That'll continue until we can get some good mixing in the atmosphere, which probably doesn't start to happen until later tomorrow as the moisture starts to come in. Convective outlook for today, a slight risk of severe storms. Parts of Oklahoma and Kansas, maybe the extreme northern part of the Texas panhandle as well. The marginal risk for much of the southern plains and into the central Mississippi River Valley. And the tropics, they're starting to get active everywhere, even in the Atlantic Basin. Now we have a little wave out over the western Caribbean that is expected to continue to move to the west-northwest through the Yucatan and into the southern Gulf of Mexico, and a 20% chance that this develops. Certainly something to keep our eye on, not just for the Gulf Coast, but if that moves into Mexico, it could get entrained into our monsoonal flow that's setting up. Meanwhile, more relevant to our weather is Hurricane Bud, a major hurricane now over there in the eastern Pacific. Maximum sustained winds 130 miles per hour, continuing to move to the north-northwest, taking aim on southern Baja and Cabo San Lucas. Over the coming days, yes, it will weaken into a tropical depression, eventually becoming a post-tropical cyclone by the time it comes into southern Arizona. The Hurricane Center has the official track taking the center of this system into southern Arizona by Sunday morning, but by that time, much of the moisture will be wrung out of this. Plus, there are indications that this is moving faster than what's shown here, which we'll discuss in a moment. Rainfall for the next 7 days coming from the WPC. They've got us getting anywhere from 3/4 of an inch to about an inch here in the valley. Heavier totals in excess of 1.5 inches to 2 inches over far southern Arizona. And certainly heavier totals are possible over the higher terrain of central and eastern Arizona. These maps are very difficult to draw with an incoming tropical system. Lots of variables. And we'll get into those right now as we take a look at the models. Here we go to the GFS. This is the 06Z run, valid at 5 o'clock this afternoon, the upper look at 500 millibars. There's our subtropical ridge centered over New Mexico today. Broad southerly flow developing around that. Warm air advection and mostly sunny skies. We should top out in the 107 to 111 range this afternoon here in the valley. A very toasty day. Stay hydrated. Tonight, mostly clear in the evening, then some clouds are going to be increasing overnight. Moisture going to be coming in. The humidity levels are going to be coming up. Here's the GFS precipitable water for tomorrow morning at 5 a.m., and it's got amounts coming up toward around 0.8 of an inch to about an inch over southwest and south central Arizona, maybe even in excess of an inch in northwest Mexico. And along the leading edge of that increasing moisture, here's the high-res NAM at 2 a.m. tomorrow morning. You know, a couple of little showers, pop-up thunderstorms, very high-based convection, but, you know, don't be surprised if you don't see a flash of lightning, hear a rumble of thunder, maybe a couple of drops coming down sometime in the very early morning hours tomorrow here over south central Arizona, maybe in the valley. This isn't going to amount to anything, and I don't think it's going to have any major impacts on our weather, but that's just something to watch for. Otherwise, lows tonight will mostly be in the 80s with that increasing moisture. It's going to be a very steamy, warm, just kind of gross night out there. Tomorrow, the skies are partly cloudy. There is that very slight chance of a shower or storm in the morning and again redeveloping in the afternoon. I would say mostly, though, it'll be confined to the higher terrain of central and eastern Arizona. With the added moisture, the forecast highs are a little tricky. The guidance comes in with temperatures 108 to 112 for tomorrow afternoon. Might be a degree or two lower than that if we get some added clouds, especially in the morning hours. All right, Thursday, still the moisture is about 24 hours away from us. I mean, the humidity levels are coming up, and there will be isolated late afternoon and evening showers and storms, but nothing really overly organized. Partly sunny skies. It will be cooler, though. Heights coming down, and with moisture coming up and more clouds, temperatures coming down. Highs somewhere between 101 and 104. Friday is a very interesting forecast. Here are the players on the board. We've got an upper low spinning over the Great Basin and Pacific Northwest. Ridge of high pressure, our subtropical ridge to the east. The moisture from Bud moving across into southern Arizona at that point. Clouds will be on the increase. I think Friday's a mostly cloudy day. We've got a pretty decent flow aloft at the mid-levels. A little bit of divergence coming in with that area of low pressure. Ordinarily, these tropical systems just provide a lot of clouds. The atmosphere is fairly stable. We just kind of get a stratified light rain or just kind of a drizzle, and it's just kind of a soupy, yucky, sort of muggy day. But I think we could see a more organized area of showers and thunderstorms coming on in here, especially with that initial push of deep moisture. So we'll call a chance of showers and thunderstorms in the morning, scattered to numerous showers and thunderstorms in the afternoon. High temperatures only in the low to mid-90s. The overall rain threat, pretty high. I'd say probably 50-50 for now. We'll probably have to increase that as we go forward. And you can see precipitable water values coming way up Friday afternoon into the 1.8 to 1.9 inch range. This is at climatological records for mid-June. We just don't normally see this. It's very anomalous. As we go to Saturday, numerous showers and thunderstorms over central and eastern Arizona in the morning. The GFS brings in some drier air by the afternoon. The European is slower to move the moisture out of here. So we'll just call it a mostly cloudy day. High temperatures low to mid-90s and that continued chance of showers and isolated thunderstorms. Sunday, most of the moisture should be out of here. Yes, an isolated thunderstorm is still possible, but generally speaking, will be partly cloudy. High temperatures upper 90s to near 100. Monday, mostly sunny statewide. Again, an isolated shower or thunderstorm over the eastern mountains possible in the afternoon. High temperatures generally in about the 99 to 103 range. Here's a week from today. This is Tuesday, the 19th of June. The upper low still spinning over central California and subtropical ridge over the southern plains, so a southerly flow in place. Moisture not all that far away. Again, an isolated thunderstorm in eastern Arizona can't be ruled out. Temperatures look like they'd be near average, right around 100 to 104 for our highs at this time. Here's Wednesday the 20th. Still have the upper low retrograding off the central California coast. High pressure building over the central Rockies. The flow aloft turns more southeasterly. Moisture comes back in here. And then the end of the forecast period. This is Thursday, the 21st of June. Really weird pattern still. Upper low still along or just off the Pacific Northwest coast. And a rather deep trough moving into the northern plains and Great Lakes states. The ridge getting pinched just a bit, but the flow aloft looks like it would still be kind of southeasterly. And moisture coming back into the states, scattered showers and thunderstorms in the afternoons and evenings over central and eastern Arizona, possibly even here in the valley. We'll see. All right, let's take a look at the temperatures through the period coming off of the GFS ensemble. And yes, it's got us near 110 today and tomorrow. I don't think we're going to be that warm on Thursday. Friday and Saturday, I wouldn't even be surprised if we stayed in the 80s all day, at least one of those days. We'll have to see how the moisture plays out and how much rain we actually get out of this system. And the next week, temperatures do rebound quite a bit, but it'll still be interesting to see just how much moisture sticks around. And that's going to do it for the Phoenix, Arizona weather discussion for today. My next video back here tomorrow morning. And if you like our videos, be sure to subscribe so that whenever we post a brand new one, you'll get the notifications. Otherwise, be safe out there. Stay cool. Stay hydrated over the next couple of days. Really important with this excessive heat. And you guys have yourselves a great Tuesday.